Ambassador Creel of the Vrinth Confederacy prided himself on his open-mindedness. He had eaten fermented earth cheese. He had listened to Terran screamo music. He had even shaken hands with a dog, though he still wasn't sure if the creature was a diplomat or a pet. But nothing could have prepared him for what the humans called a relaxing hot bath. It all began on the human vessel TSS Equinox during an interspecies cultural exchange. As part of their hospitality, the Terrans invited Creel and several alien dignitaries to participate in traditional Earth leisure activities. They were offered 3 options: board games, barbecue, or hot bath. Creel, eager to demonstrate Vrinth curiosity, chose the third. That was his first mistake. The human escort, a cheerful young ensign named Nora, led them into a chamber filled with swirling steam and earthy scents. "This is the bathhouse. Water's about 44 degrees Celsius. We added eucalyptus, helps with breathing." Creel's translator faltered. 44 what? He rechecked the digits. "Yes. 44 Celsius." His heart skipped a beat. On Vrinth Prime, anything over 32 degrees Celsius was classified as environmental hazard level red. In fact, Vrinth military interrogation protocols warned that exposure to 40 degrees Celsius could cause permanent damage to neural receptors. The water before him rippled gently as if daring him to step in. "Do humans actually enter that?" asked Counselor Zelf of the aquatic grell species, her gills fluttering in distress. "Yep." Nora smiled. "It's amazing. Soothing for the muscles, great for stress. We usually soak for 30 to 40 minutes. Creel blinked slowly. "That's how long it takes to melt a Vrinth." If I may ask," Creel said carefully, "has anyone ever died from this ritual?" Nora chuckled. "Only from relaxation." Creel exchanged glances with the other aliens, most of whom were subtly backing away from the steaming pool like it was radioactive lava. Before they could protest, a large Terran officer named Sergeant Duncan walked in, shirtless, humming, and holding a mug of tea. "Ah, perfect temp," he said as he sank into the water. "Crank it up to 46 if you want a real sweat." The room fell deathly silent. The aliens watched in stunned horror as the human calmly submerged his entire body into what was, by galactic standards, a boiling death fluid. Creel's translator stuttered. He desires more heat?" Zelf gasped. "This is a punishment chamber. They bathe in pain." Creel took out his diplomatic log recorder, hands trembling. Cultural entry number 419. Humans routinely submerge themselves in scalding liquid for extended periods, claiming it is soothing. Recommend classification as Class 2 psychological torture ritual. Do not attempt under any circumstances. At that moment, Nora stepped into the bath as well. "Ooh, that's nice," she sighed. "Just what I needed after a long shift." Sergeant Duncan offered her tea. "Chamomile?" "Yes, please." The 2 humans sat there smiling, sipping hot liquid while immersed in nearly lethal water temperatures. From the alien's perspective, it was a scene from a horror vid. Counselor Zelf fainted. Creel caught her, barely holding himself upright. "We must leave," he whispered. "Now." Later, back aboard his own ship, Creel submitted an official galactic warning to the Cultural Exchange Committee. Warning: humans consider extreme heat exposure to be a leisure activity. Their hot baths exceed safety thresholds for 83% of known oxygen-based lifeforms. Engaging in this practice may result in hallucinations, dermal liquefaction, or species death. Do not participate unless specifically genetically modified for thermal resistance. Despite the trauma, Creel remained professional. In a press statement later, he remarked, "We deeply respect our Terran allies. However, their definition of relaxation is alarmingly close to what we define as interrogation-level torment." From then on, among galactic diplomats, invited to a human bath became code for prepare for pain with a smile. And so the galaxy learned once again that Deathworlders were built differently. Where others fled from fire, humans soaked in it.